Hello and welcome to Top Stories on Viewer Television. I am Patient CD. The Nasarawa State Emergency Management Agency has said no fewer than 3,061 persons have been displaced by flooding across the state. The Executive Secretary Nasama Zakari Alumaga told newsmen in Lafayette that there was possibility that the flood could displace 1 million people in the state before the end of the rainy season. Alumaga said the State Emergency Agency has swung into action by dispatching search and rescue team and its official to be affected local government areas and communities on and the spot assessment. He explained that Nasarawa State was among the states that the Nigerian Meteorological Agency predicted this year, particularly in the months of September and October, to experience serious flood. The Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu has accused the federal government of being biased in refusing to allow the Western Nigerian Security Network Agency, also known as Amotekun Corps, to carry sophisticated firearms in response to the federal government's approval of the Katsina State Security Outfit, which is equivalent to Amotekun Corps. The carry sophisticated firearms, the governor said, we will believe in one Nigeria, but we cannot have one country and two systems. This was contained in a statement issued by the governor through his chief press secretary, Richard Olatunde. The striking academic staff union of the university will on Friday file an appeal against the ruling of the National Industrial Court, which would direct its members to resume work. According to News Report Counsel for ASU, Femi Falana, disclosed this in an interview in Abuja. Justice Polycarp Hamman on Wednesday ordered the union's members back to work. Recall that the Academic Staff Union of Universities have been on strike since February 14 to press home its demand for improved funding for universities and the renewal of salaries for lecturers, among other issues. And now on security, the Nigerian Air Force has again bombed another camp belonging to a dreaded bandits leader, Dan Karami, in the Zurmin local government area of Zamfara State. Sources inform newsmen that many bandits were said to have lost their lives when camp was bombarded on Thursday. A resident Musa Shehu said he could see smoke from a distance coming out of the camp. Shehu said that also heard the sounds of bombardment as the bombs were being dropped by the Air Force jet fighter on Dan Karami's camp. The paramount ruler of the Atab chiefdom, Agwa Atab Dominic Yahaya, has raised the alarm that 245 locals have been killed while 623 houses were burnt in attacks within the domain in Zangon Katab local government area of Kaduna State. The monarch stated this at the Kaduna Catholic Social Center during commemoration of the International 2022 Peace Day organized by the Liturgy and Social Justice in Kaduna. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Kaduna State Peace Commission, Dr. Saleh Mamale, while commenting on the International Peace Day, maintained that the socio-economic pursuit of individual communities and nations significantly varies over time and space, and the ability or inability to manage these diversities is the major driver of peace or violence. And now on Peace Day, the Borno State government said it will establish an additional repentant Boko Haram camp to ease the peace and reintegration process of surrounded terrorists. The revelation was made during the commemoration of World Peace Day in Maiduguri, organized by the Peace Ambassador Center for Humanitarian Aid and Empowerment. Our correspondent Beatrice Kurisi has more.
For more than a decade, insurgency has displaced millions of people in northeast Nigeria, disrupting the order of their lives. This threat to peace and existence has eroded social cohesion and triggered human rights violations and most especially heightened poverty, unemployment and socio-economic imbalances. 2022 Peace International Day focuses on putting an end to racism and building peace. For the Peace Ambassadors Center for Humanitarian Aid and Empowerment and its partners, today's gathering focuses on advocacy for peace in communities targeted for return and reintegration of repentant Boko Haram terrorists.
This I want to end by calling on the Borno State government to ensure that the civil society are strongly involved in these processes. For now, as a center, we are involved in the process of sensitizing the repentant, and we are appealing to the government that more stakeholders, and then in the framework of integration and other aspect of which this recommendation that will come up with will ensure that we follow up with the various government agencies.
We have over 52,000. That is a great burden on the state government. That is why a committee was set now under the chairmanship of Professor Kakasho for the state government to create the second camp. Very soon, we are creating the second camp around Congo Road. And on our board, we have the civil society because the Nigerian Human Rights Commission was represented on the board.
There is no family that has not been affected by this insurgency. So as a result, peace is an issue for all of us to address and face. And as mothers, parents, guardians, the youth, it is a collective responsibility that all of us should awaken to.
My commander always says that the kinetic is always only 25%. The non-kinetic, which involves all of us, is 75% as of now. So please, I want to encourage us, especially the citizens, give us information. You know, those that doesn't want peace, they will trade peace for monetary gains. They will trade peace for their selfish interest.
The forum is also an avenue for a panel discussion which stresses the impact of discrimination on young people in the context of insurgency and addressing discrimination through peace-building approaches. It is expected that the message of peace building will be a collective responsibility of all Nigerians. Bitrus Kuruti, Viewer Television News, Maiduguri.
And now on Zamfara politics. The People's Democratic Party in Zamfara State has fixed Friday for a rerun governorship primary in the state. Last Friday, a federal high court in the state notified the party's governorship primary won by Dauda Dari, citing flagrant violations of party's constitutional provisions and guidelines as reasons. A former federal lawmaker, Ibrahim Shehu Gusau, had asked the court to nullify the election, which he said was highly criticized by gross irregularities. The state chairman of the party, Ahmed Sani, said preparations were on top gear for the peaceful conduct of the primary election in the state, adding that there will be a level playing ground for all contestants. And that's it on Top Stories. I am Patient CD. Many thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for more of our programs.